yesterday was kids walk out during school day to protest. What was it? To protest?
They weren't protesting. They were showing, from what I understood, the whole walkout was it was going to be 17 minutes, a minute for every life that was lost in the Parkland, Florida shooting. Now, of course, depending on what Facebook feed or post you see, everybody made it a gun discussion and like to protest this or that. But really, I think it was to show pay respect, and of course, to stand up and say we're not going to tolerate this violence in our schools.
Now, it was one thing, and we threw it up on social media yesterday, but we didn't want to talk about it yesterday because it was going down that route of being a discussion on gun control, and that's not what we wanted to get at. And actually, something positive was posted on one of our Facebook discussions on this from Kristen, who joins us on the phone right now. Good morning, Kristen. How's it going?
Good morning. It's going pretty well. How are you?
Pretty good. So your comments on this stood out because of what they're doing at your kids' school. Give us an explanation of what that exactly is.
Well, it's called Kicking Off Kindness Week, and so every day they have a different theme. So Monday was be comfortable making new friends, dress up in PJ Day or comfy clothes. And then there's like different activities where you do friend trivia.
Okay.
And then Tuesday's theme was Blackout Hate, dress up black, and face painting.
Okay.
Wednesday's theme is Peace and Love, dress up, hippie day. And then they have activity bracelets and a pledge signing in the gym and hot chocolate and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But they weren't encouraged to walk out of school. They were encouraged to do something else, right?
Yeah, to walk up to people that may look alone or left out or who you've maybe thought of, but you just don't do it because it's not cool or something.
Right. What school is this, by the way?
It's Daniel E. Lewis Middle School in Paso Robles.
That's awesome. I mean, they should definitely get a shout out for that. I saw somebody else wrote in that they were doing stand up today, and you were supposed to go up to another student and that maybe you didn't know or you didn't talk to that often, and you were just supposed to introduce yourself and start a conversation to get to know everything.
Same thing here.
And it's just another positive message. And this is great. I love that, some of these, teachers and administrators are forward thinking and instead of just drawing attention and making it like a walkout. I feel like when you hear walkout, it has a negative connotativity to it, but what you're talking about.
It's a whole different thing. It's not about being nice to others and helping people out of situations and preventing people from doing horrible things. They're just promoting a political agenda, it seems.
Yeah, it's funny because ever since Parkland happened, we've kind of been, I think as with anybody anywhere in the country, we have our discussions, we have them off the air, we have them on the air about what possibly could have been done to stop this. And we both are of the mindset that, this isn't really a gun control discussion. A little bit. There's facets of it to an extent.
Vehicle use.
Yeah. But also, how come nobody ever talked? But that's the one that it inflammates everything. And automatically it gets people to throw up walls, and we want to kind of get away from that. And that's why I think what they were doing at Lewis Middle School in Paso yesterday was awesome, because it is promoting kids talking to one another. If you remember seeing the interviews with the kids that knew that the shooter down in Parkland was unstable, it went back 3-4 years to where they're like, yeah, I had, class with the guy and, he would act out in that class all the time. Well, maybe that guy was crying out all these years, and this could have been avoided 3-4 years ago. And it was by encouraging kids to engage with one another. So that's why, it's really cool what your kid's school was doing, public school.
And it's middle school, so it's, prepares them for high school.
Yeah.
Everyone should be prepared for in that way of teaching respect and all that.
Yeah. It's just awesome. We thank you for sharing that on our Facebook page and also talking with us this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you, too.
Yeah, I mean, you just that's what needs to be done. I mean, we talk about...
We need to retool our thinking.
Well, and the problem is, kids are taught nowadays not to say something about somebody because it could get you in all sorts of trouble, or we don't say that to somebody because, it might hurt their feelings. But if you think somebody has the possibility of being a gun shooter in school, then you should not care about hurting their feelings. You should care about telling them that it's not the right thing to do.
Right. And even if we want to back it up, before that, and if we got somebody who's kind of standoffish and is a little bit different than maybe the rest of the kids, and, before it even gets to that, reach out to that person, find out why, what's going on. Why is this person not fitting in with the rest of us? Why does this person always go off on their own? Maybe make them feel a part of what's going on instead of just, We
talk about this notion of unsung heroes all the time. Imagine if one of those kids that had a class with him 3-4 years ago that was like, the guy was unstable. If one of them was able to change his way of thinking somehow, some way, to where he did not go into a school and kill 17 people, that is the true unsung hero. And that's just encouraging kids to talk to one another.
No, it's great. And I'm glad that we're having this discussion. It's not about guns, because everybody wants to talk about guns and wants to get ugly about their feelings about it. But really the real issue is how do we deal with people that need a little bit more socialization, or they need more interaction. They need to feel like they're not left out, or they are different, that they fit in a little bit more. And maybe these things, that's just one thing that we have to do. And I think it's fantastic. And I'm sure Paso Robles, they're doing it up there. They're probably doing it everywhere. And but not every single school is doing it. Some of them are still making it about a protest or a walkout, and that's fine.
And kids are stupid. Like Christy wrote it. She said yesterday at Tascadero, there was a threat from a student saying he was going to shoot everyone that did the walkout yesterday. But the thing is like that kid was joking, but that threat is it's not a joke. It's nothing you joke about. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending this stupid kid at all. But it becomes this whole, like, when you're a teenager and when you're in high school, you think you're untouchable and you can say and do stupid stuff, and it promotes that division. Yet the middle school down the street was doing it right. They were like, okay, we're not walking out today, but we're going to walk up. We're going to go up and we're going to talk to somebody about this. And that is the wise thing to do, because then you're not creating a division. You're not creating this tussle between kids that are supposed to pick sides on issues that they shouldn't really even be picking sides on, but maybe it's been, taught to them by their parents or whatever, and people feel strongly about it.
Your thoughts are always welcome. 543-3693. You can call or text. This is obviously a conversation that I hope that we never stop talking about, because it's something you have to continue to work on as kids, are born and come up through a system and move through a system. And it's something that you really can't ever stop talking about.
And you're right when you say you can't stop talking about it, because it requires conditioning against the school districts in many cases, because the school districts want to take the easy road, and the easy road is to not create conflict. And some of these discussions might lead to some bit of conflict, but a little bit of conflict is a lot better than 17 kids dying.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.